when you have these environments to where you have the innocent bystander, you have two sides to where they don't want to interact or commit to each other, it creates that environment of, okay, we have to separate. Okay, we're separating. I don't want you to go with somebody else. I don't want you having kids with somebody else. I don't want you to move on. And so now I'm going to be bitter. And again, that's both sides. I'm not pretending that towards one side, but this thing happens. It happens too often, I should say. Um, Going back into me with personal experience, this past summer, I've been close to two situations to where I've seen this play out, and it was men on the other side. I've seen it play out to where you have two women that I know personally have children. They have children with men who, you know, they think that they're going to be with for the rest of their life. Men they believe who are committed to them, and then shortly after they have the children, even sometimes it's before and just not known. But in these cases that I've seen, the two women that I know, shortly after they have the children, the man begins to regress from that relationship. He begins to pull himself away from that woman. He begins to not tend or need to that child. And so we have situations like that. What a lot of time I see with men is they expect women to just stick through all that, stick through me not wanting to deal with you, me out here dating and being with other women because you have my child, you're going to stick around for ever. And so because I know that I have you, this is going back to that word, the trap, the co-parenting trap, because I know that I have you forever and I know that you're going to endure whatever I give you, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And again, this happens on both sides, but from my experience and the people that I was dealing with, it was men who had this mentality and who believed this. The worst threat to men is women coming to their own. What I mean by coming into their own is their mind state shifts. They hold on so long to relationships. They hold on so long to the bond and want to create a family with someone until the point that they can't endure it no more. I don't know. A lot of times it's a traumatic experience. Sometimes sometimes it's just they have a wake up call. It don't have to be a traumatic. And one morning they wake up and realize this is not the person I want to be with. This is not the person who I want to be in a house with. If they're cohabitating. And the worst threat to these men in this situation is that these women come into their own mind and realizing that I don't have to take this anymore. And the minute that happens, these men flip out. They then become controlling. They become possessive. They become more worried about the person that were enduring all the BS that they were putting on them rather than the child. Because at that point, when a woman is saying that they're going to separate from somebody and they're going to move away from somebody, they've endured a lot and they've taken a lot to realize that, okay, that was the last straw and that's it. Like, I'm not doing that anymore. I have zero tolerance for that. And so the minute that you remove yourself from that situation, a man's ego is threatened because he once thought that he had you at his fingertips. He thought he had the world in his palm. And now you're removing it. And so now things are shifting. So now you create these, we have the bitter baby mamas and daddies, but we also have these fake crazy baby daddies, which I've seen in these situations to where they want to be controlling. They want to have every ounce of control over your life as they can. If you have a child with this person, once they're removed from the situation, they're going to do whatever they can to make your life a living hell. Whether that means blowing your phone up whenever they can, framing it as they want to speak to a child, but actually they just want to make sure they keeping up with you, making sure that there isn't another person that came into the picture to replace them. Whether that means, framing things another way so that, they want to see the child, but actually want to see you, again, to keep up with you, to keep control of you. In a lot of these situations, these men did not actually care for the child as much as they care for keeping up with the woman that moved away from them. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Even in these situations to where, that they separated and the parent moved on, men will go to an extreme to have control over women.